not that. I don't know. I'm just tired, I guess,
Okay.
and I hope my voice doesn't reflect that too much. Oh, I didn't lower it that low. I don't know why it was that low.
You're good. You're good. All right, we're back. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Holy shit, dude. My ears just got blown out. You started talking. I have to lower my volume a little bit.
Your
Talk
volume
good.
or my volume?
No, mine.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I'm already at 40 decibels.
Okay, you're good. No, you lowered. You.
I put it back up to 44.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like hearing my own voice a little more. No,
Yeah,
that's not what
same.
I do. Yeah, there we go. This fucking sucks. Every time we come in here now, it seems like whoever was in here last completely screws up everything technical, and we have to waste 20 minutes working on it.
Oh, I completely agree, which is...
Yeah, it's 20 minutes. We've been sitting in here for 20 minutes, and we had to dick with all that stuff just so we could finally be back to normal.
Yeah, but here we are.
Fuck
Back
those
at it
people.
again.
And in a better way than ever.
Oh,
okay?
absolutely.
We had a very good sit-down discussion yesterday about what we want the podcast to really be. We did have kind of a disagreement about what we thought it was going to turn into.
Yes.
So Aaron gave me he didn't give me a lecture, okay? But it was more of a, okay, dude, I've been keeping quiet too long. These are my real opinions on what's going on right now.
Oh, absolutely. And then I need to stop saying absolutely.
That's kind of your thing. But
Yeah. No, I'm just going to roll with it then.
the thing I say all the time, too, is I don't want to reiterate.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So that's just, I guess that's my shtick, okay?
Yeah.
I reiterate too much. I apologize if I say it or I do it. I physically can't get myself to fucking stop doing it.
We'll improve on it. But basically, we came down with a couple of new ground rules. One, it's a free-for-all now. If someone's fucking up, we're calling you on your bullshit. Like, that's rule number one.
Well, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to be fucking up.
Oh, okay, bud. Just wait till you start reiterating. Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Second off, we are going to not be boring. Because that's what 1 through 5 is. Boring. Just say
it's
yes.
hard
Just
because
accept it, and then let's move forward.
to a degree, I still enjoy those episodes.
Yeah, there's a
To a
difference.
degree.
Yeah, but there's a difference between enjoying something and being boring about.
I just think other people won't latch themselves to those episodes.
I agree. Maybe in like 5 years' time, if we're still around doing this, and they're like, "Oh, I wonder what that is."
I'll be honest, I don't see that happening, but...
Hey, we will see. I'm the optimist, so I think we can.
And there you go. I'm telling you right now, I'm the pessimistic
Jesus.
piece of shit.
Yes, he is.
But we are actually going back and going to be talking about the Code Geass movie and, I guess, show, like a mixture.
Yeah, it'll mix in. It's basically round 2. We did record episode 8 or 7, I guess. This is the second time round where we are attempting to re-record this because we realized how bad the first one was, the first recording.
I mean, we talked about it in the last episode, so if they listen to that, they know about it. If not, we recorded an episode on the Code Geass movie. It was fucking dog shit.
Yep.
We're going to re-record it now, but in a completely different way because we feel it would be more entertaining and it would be better for us because we feel like it would be good. Just interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I think, giving our opinions should be a key point, focal point, so that's what we're going to attempt to do. So first off, let's just talk about the movie real quick.
I fucking loved it. That was the second time I've seen the movie. Well, technically, it was almost the third time.
Really?
Because when I got the disc, before we even watched it, I started watching through it. I couldn't stop myself. I got like 45 minutes in. I was like, I
it's
should
Mr.
stop.
Meaty Hands over there couldn't get
like,
his hands off. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to start watching this.
C2? Oh, come on
I'm like,
in.
jeez.
But, masterpiece, dude. Masterpiece.
I have no clue what you saw in this movie. It was at most average.
No.
Literally at most average. I don't know what you must like. Were you high? Were you like
No, dude.
Like
I was
on
drinking a
edibles
little,
or
but
something?
that only made it better, dude. If anything, that made it better. I was like, dude, my pants were wet the whole time. I had a pitched tent. I was sitting there watching it like, dude, am I in heaven right now?
No.
So good, dude.
I have no clue what you're on about. Like there were no. It was entertaining, I guess, if you like recall some of the characters from the original series. But I shit you not. I was sat there and half the time I was just trying to piece everything together because it was so complex. There was not enough.
What are you, a
telling
fucking pea
from it.
brain?
Oh, I'm a pea brain. I'm sorry, the original story wasn't enticing enough for me to remember.
Fuck you, dude. No, the original story is great. Okay, it's got its flaws. It's got some small things wrong with it, but in the overall, fucking, I think I gave it a 9.
You gave it like a 9.3.
9.3, dude.
I gave it a
It's up there.
7.8. No, it's not, though, because you can't. I sat down. Let me give you an example. Naruto. You sit down. That show is so long, which I guess plays to the fact that I was able to remember a lot of its characters. But on top of that, it has one of the best supporting casts. If you see one of those guys on the streets, you best believe you're remembering their name. That's one of the few shows I remember their name. I came in there. I forgot the redhead's name, and she's my favorite character. Just think about that. I went in, sat down, and was like, oh, that red-haired bitch. Yeah, she's got the big old titties. That's all I remembered. And then I think, who was the main character that died in, like, the end of season 1? Or, like, the end.
Yuffie.
I had no, like, we brought up the character list, like, yesterday when we were recording. I had no clue who that was.
How? That's literally the main point at the end of the first season. That is what pretty much is the catalyst to the second season. Like,
exactly.
That's the fucking show. You know who that fucking character is.
Clearly I didn't, because she was so irrelevant.
No, clearly you don't, because you have a fucking walnut for brains.
Hey, I've upgraded from a peanut to a walnut.
It was a
Joke's
pea
on
before.
Ya. Oh, even better.
But a fucking walnut's just hard, and you can't poke inside of it and tell it anything. It's resilient to listen and pay attention.
No, but besides that, or on top of that, so the main characters weren't that memorable. Like, it wasn't able to effectively build. I guess it did build off of it because Lelouch came back. They got his consciousness, but I don't know. I felt like it was lackluster. There wasn't like a scene that grabbed me and said, "This is
what are you talking
This is
about?
why you're here." Like,
No.
This is like the payoff.
The scene where he comes back, fucking great. It's a callback to the first time he gets his Geass and he uses it. He wants the people to fucking kill him. That's
No,
a
you're right.
classic
You're
line.
right. You're right. That is the peak, and the movie peaked 40 minutes into the movie.
No, because then
Absolutely.
No, because
That was.
later
Prove me wrong. That is the best scene.
Later
in the
he
movie.
comes back. Okay, then you get to see all the characters come back. I'm not saying this is the peak. You see all the characters come back. Everyone's got their voice, the same voice actors. Okay?
Yep.
Then the actual fight begins between this fucking bitch with the OP as fuck Geass. And
Clearly not that OP if she died within like an hour.
I mean, it's pretty fucking powerful.
6
I think
hours,
she
I
just
guess.
didn't use it properly. Like it face value, it's like, what the fuck, that's broken. That she's the person that makes you pissed, because up to this point no one's seen a Geass like that.
Actually, you know what? On top of that, I agree. She was a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
She got outplayed knowing the future. Like, she was in checkmate and then was like, wait a minute, I messed up. Even though I'm in check, I'm check.
He bluffed, and she fell for the bluff instantly.
I know, and it's like, exactly, that just plays more into the plot convenience. It's like, really?
It's a movie. They can't sit there and
Oh,
go
they
back
can't have
and
Lelouch
forth.
lose once?
It's
Maybe
2 hours, dude.
Yeah, maybe break the cycle and
Any
have the
show
villain
the main
win.
character fucking wins. The only time that happened was in Infinity War, but like it goes back for the next game for Endgame, and then it
Yeah,
doesn't
let
matter.
me pretend like they lost once. Like, have there be a loss.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but obviously no fucking show does that.
Exactly, that's the problem.
Oh, so it has to be this show that does that.
Yes.
Wrong, because this show's great just how it is.
Oh my god. Jeez, are you done sucking it off?
No, I'm not, because I'm just getting started. And the fucking scene where you see the Gurren and Lancelot, they got
Okay.
the fucking armor on, right? It's like, okay, fine. But when they fucking strip down into their purest form, they don't have all that fucking bulky armor on. Oh,
Even that
the
scene
animation was so clean.
I'll give you that. The animation was clean, as I would expect considering we're like, what, 10 years later?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I expect it to be clean. But before that, the loss of potential here is so unfortunate. Like, you have the Gurren, you have the Lancelot. See, it's so unmemorable. You have the Gurren, you have the Lancelot. They're in the scene together, and they're each in the same area, and they're both fighting their respective opponent.
Yeah.
That is the perfect scene to have them team up, go 2v2, pull out some fucking dope-ass combos using their respective powers and just fuck shit up. But they didn't do any of that. And then on top of that, their fucking powers were stupid OP. You're telling me that the Gurren,
like the whole show.
Literally the Gurren, all it had to do was point its fist, shoot a laser, and it killed like 50 people. And it's like, well, geez, don't you think you should have some restraint on that?
Dude, it's an exaggeration. There's a fucking... It's just to emphasize how strong they are compared to the other army. But the only reason they're fucking winning is because that stupid bitch has I can go back 6 hours when I die.
Yeah, but I feel like there's better ways.
They're a weak-ass country that is fucking nothing. They are a cockroach.
No, I agree.
In Britannia, not Britannia anymore, but fucking Japan just steps on them and fucking crushes them to bits.
No, exactly, but that's such a great opportunity for them to attempt to fight using hand-to-hand combat, because that's such a great way to show your skill, like taking on 20 opponents at a time. Using like the fucking laser beam is such a cheap way to like get the win. Like, we know you're gonna win. Make it look cool.
Are you arguing that this needs to be longer than 2 hours?
No, I'm arguing that the execution was poor and that it should have played out better. For example, instead of using lasers, they should have done a bit more hand-to-hand combat, because that's why most people come in to what's Mecha. That's why most people come into Mecha, is to see the cool combat style. There wasn't really much of that.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you watch other mechas, like Mobile Suit Gundam,
which I haven't,
most of the time, they're going to be one-on-one, right? But that's because it's one-on-one between main characters. When it comes to just the fucking average Joe dude, the main characters are always just destroying the shit out of everyone around them. It's like, they're like stormtroopers. They can't fucking aim. They can't hit the person. That's in all shows. It doesn't even have to be mechas. That's in every fucking show. Why are you complaining that?
Well, no, I haven't.
Kicking the ass out of a bunch of bad guys like fucking grunts. They're little fucking grunts. They are nothing to them. The only person that puts up a fight to them are the other characters that are somewhat established, which is the fucking
blind boy,
colorblind fucking. I don't want to say cripple because that seems a little too fucked up.
Wow, you hating on the cripples?
No, but that's the whole point.
What's wrong with you?
He just sucks in his sister's tit the whole time and waits for her to fucking tell him orders. And then there's the other dude who was actually pretty cool. He had the same voice actor as All Might in the English dub for My Hero.
I think I'm Piccolo, too.
And he had a sick-ass scorpion mecha, and they each fight respectively. Now, I would say it would be cool if they, like, turned their back and there was a scene where it was, like, revolving around them and they're fighting. But, I mean, it's whatever. It was still good.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been better. I feel like there was a difference between what actually happened and the potential they had to progress with this fight scene. I feel like, I guess this is just a criticism on most things fighting related these days, just because you rarely see a quality hand-to-hand combat fight. Like, Naruto, for as shit as it was, by that I mean it was a great show, but there was so much filler that made it like not as great as it could have been. Beautifully executed, multiple fight scenes, multiple times, and I just didn't get that.
In a show.
In this. No, like even in its movies, like the hand-to-hand combat is so well played, and I just missed that here. Additionally, I guess just moving forward onto other criticisms, because we're just going to end up in a circle, I didn't feel like there was a climax in this episode, or this movie.
No, the climax was when he goes to the girl, and he meets up with her, and he's got two decisions left on who she is.
I'm not going to lie, that I remember seeing, okay, I have two decisions, I don't know what to do, and he started freaking out like a little bitch, and then he was like, next thing I know, they're in the castle, and then I don't know what the two options were. What were the two options? Maybe you can help me out.
No, he doesn't, they never actually explicitly say the two options. I don't actually recall. Maybe they do, but the whole idea is that because he says that they have the same Geass.
Yeah.
She gets flustered and wants to do something, and then he instantly, because he's trying to get details from her on how she reacts, and that makes him find out his decision. And once he does, because she tells the guards to to fucking kill him or whatever, I don't recall, or not let him kill himself or something. And then he's like, okay, I figured it out, and he had all the Geass on them, and he fucking puts her in checkmate.
And that was the climax.
Well, you could consider that the climax, but there's also the part where then it instantly goes to the scene of the mechs fighting, and like there's a climax for each part going on in the battle. His battle with her, Suzaku and Colin's battle with the two mechs, and then the battle with God, fuck, I can't remember her name.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm blanking. No,
that's how bad it was.
Wrong.
That's absolutely
wrong.
how bad it was.
Fuck you.
So much for telling me
fuck.
I have a pea brain. Yeah, that's right, dumbass. The movie
fuck,
was
what's
bad.
Her name? I don't want to let. Oh my god.
Wow, he doesn't
Cornelia.
even know.
It's Cornelia. Fuck you. I knew it the whole time. It was Cornelia. Yeah.
Purple-haired bitch.
Yeah, and
she
her
had
lap
some nice
dog.
titties too.
Okay, yeah, she gets. Dude, actually, everyone in
the movie
had
was
some
racking.
fat fucking. Titties.
You know who didn't? C2.
Fuck off. No.
No, she didn't. Nope, she didn't.
Okay.
She didn't.
They weren't as big as everyone else's, but doesn't matter because she's still best girl. Okay.
Wrong. She didn't even have an ass on her.
Dude, what are you talking about? The amount of scenes, the fan service scenes where you're seeing ass from her, especially way more than Colin in this movie too.
And
don't
because
forget,
Colin's got big old titties.
Who wins at the end? Who wins at the end?
Okay, and that's the biggest flaw of this show, is that ending.
What?
That was so poor.
No. What? What's wrong with it?
There's so many things. Okay, you know what? Let's just get into this. C2 is one of the worst characters in this show.
No. Wrong.
Absolutely. She is incompetent. She is lying. She is manipulative.
No.
And she is completely... what's that word when you don't take responsibility for your actions? Let me rephrase that. And she doesn't take responsibility for her actions. She is a horrible human being, and I have no clue what Lelouch sees in her. And you know what? Let me rephrase that. I know exactly what Lelouch sees in her. Himself, because he is also an equally shitty character.
Well,
most people in this show are shitty characters, except you know who? Colin.
I'm not gonna say she's not a shitty character. She's not.
Colin is
I'm just saying everyone else isn't. I don't know where the fuck you're getting this from.
No. Do you want to know why C2 is the shitty character?
Why?
For all of those reasons, example 1. Mao.
Yeah.
You're telling me you're going to allow someone does she give him Geass or does he just have it?
She gives him
Geass. They commit a promise, and then he goes like basically brain dead. And instead of trying to help him out of his situation, put him out of his misery, or do anything, she just goes to him and says, "Peace, bitch," and leaves him to live a shitty life. Yeah, so kill him, put him out of his misery instead of making him suffer through life. Why not?
She's the master. She's not allowed to do that. I don't know what the fucking code is, but
I'm just saying you left helpless
die.
and no, I agree.
That's the whole point of Geass. That is literally the whole point of Geass. Is
for someone to kill her.
Else. No, to give it to someone else so that she could fucking die.
Yes, but clearly, okay. So on top of that, you gave it to a person who is completely incapable of killing you because you grew attached to them. Like, you sleeping with them on a daily basis in terms of, like, you guys are sleeping next together and you develop a mother-son relationship, and then later you're expecting him to kill you? That is just cruel and unusual. You're telling me you raised the child to love you and then want to kill you.
You know how
the
fucking
fuck's wrong
old
with
she is?
You?
Her mindset is completely different from people those days.
Exactly. So she's, on top of that, she's a lunatic for thinking that way.
And her Geass when she was given it, was that everyone loved her. And the only person who truly cared for her was the person that gave her the fucking Geass. But because the person that gave her Geass fucking died, so then she's by herself. I mean, she's just fucked in the head from all of that.
Right.
But she's trying to improve it as a character. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is she's changing herself as a character because of Lelouch. He's the one that changes her for the better.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop it from her being a shitty character. It's like going from like -5 to -4. It's like, okay, you slightly improved. That doesn't make
she's still a good character.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. What else? Okay, what makes her a good character then?
Well, first of all, she's best girl.
Clearly not.
That's
okay.
I mean,
you know what? She doesn't even have a rack. Who has a bigger rack? Who has a bigger rack? Who has a bigger rack?
It's like you're saying boobs is the only important thing.
Has a bigger rack?
They all are fucking
Who
big.
has a bigger rack?
They're all big when
Answer
they
the
fucking want to
question.
be.
Who has a bigger rack?
I don't know. The fucking bitch who had the 6-hour Geass power.
No. This is between... No, I agree. She did. She definitely did. But she's not in the show. Who had a bigger rack? Colin or C2?
For most scenes, it's Colin.
Oh.
What's that mean?
Checkmate.
What's that supposed to mean?
No, that's checkmate.
That just means you like bigger tits.
You conceded. Who has a bigger ass?
They both have probably the same. I don't know.
All right.
I didn't
so,
fucking measure. I didn't
no,
go
no,
up to
you're
the
right.
screen
You're
and
right.
measure the
no,
ass
absolutely.
and the
Hey,
pixels.
it's the eyeball test. It's literally just the eyeball test. You just look at it and you're like, yeah, this person.
Yeah,
probably
once
does.
C2 finally gets into her fucking nice ass uniform, when the like straight jackets, that's her classic uniform, dude. She got a thick ass. Okay.
Dude,
then at the end she's got her nice. She wears respectful, cute clothing. That's nice. Oh, and then she's got the fucking when she's in the mobile. I don't want to call it a mobile suit. It's technically the nightmare. Fuck off. I just woke up like, what time is it? I woke up an hour ago, dude. Fuck you. Yeah, when they're in the nightmare, she's got that uniform where, I don't know, it's like a one-piece bathing suit.
Basically.
And then she's got like some coat or something on over it. Looks fine to me. Like, I don't know what you're fucking out. Like,
I'm just saying.
You just like bigger tits. You have a complete bias here, bro.
No, I don't. I'm a very...
Big tits doesn't just instantly mean better looking.
I agree. She was also a redhead.
Nah, but that wasn't like a natural... That wasn't like redhead of like being
What do
like
you
a
mean?
ginger. That was being...
Like red.
Which
Yeah, I know.
Which is fine. Colored hair is great. But I don't know. Long green hair?
No.
That's kind of nice, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
If you saw someone in real life with long... Apologies to those people with... No, actually, fuck you.
You can look good in both.
If you have long green hair, maybe not.
You can look good in both.
Maybe not. No.
Well, everything you've said is irrelevant, okay? Because according to the movie and how everything is,
God.
C2 and L2, they together, bro.
Yeah, okay, but that doesn't mean she's the best girl. Like, she's still incompetent. She's still someone you can't love, and she's not someone that will protect you. Colin is strong. She is loyal. She will stick by you through thick and thin, and she has a very, very soft and emotional side that will allow you to comfort up to her when the time calls. Additionally, she's a fucking badass. She would beat the shit out of C2 in a 1v1 fight.
In a 1v1 fight? Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So she could protect me. She is someone I can depend on. She is someone that I know will, if we are to get married, will never divorce me, and I will never do wrong to her. What would C2 do? She tried leaving the second it got tough. She tried leaving and dipped the fuck out, and it hasn't been the first time. She's the type of girl that you're there for a good time, but not a long time. She's there to divorce you 2, maybe 3 times.
No, see, she's your straight up, honest
slut.
She would no, absolutely not.
Are you kidding me?
She would get emotional.
She's giving Geass out like it's fucking Tuesday on a fuck. It's like Pancake Day on a Tuesday.
Oh, Pancake Day on a Tuesday.
Pancake Day on a Tuesday.
What the fuck is that even supposed to mean?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's blueberry pancake day on the Wednesdays, dude. What's that supposed to mean? I don't know. I just said fucking words, bro. Oh, okay.
She's giving beer out like a fucking beer dispensary.
Wow. That was good. That was
clever.
Airtight, bro.
Hey, that was
air.
Yeah, you know who's not airtight? Fucking C2.
Whatever, dude. I don't even.
No, you're right. She is airtight. She's got 3 dicks. One in the ass, one in the pussy, one in the mouth.
I'm losing brain cells just fucking listening to you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying. Colin could defend me. C2 wouldn't do jack shit.
You're fucking.
She'd stand there and watch me get my ass beat.
Nope.
She's probably a fucking masochist, too, just like seeing me in pain.
So,
what's wrong with her?
Okay. One of the other things that really, because when we were watching the movie, I was looking over at you, and I was getting like hyped up. I was like, oh, these are such good scenes, and I kept looking to see like what your opinion was. Okay, why the fuck do you hate Suzaku so much? You see Suzaku, and you're like, oh, this piece of shit. Why?
This guy is the worst type of human being. The worst.
You are like insanely exaggerating. These people aren't the worst people ever.
I'm taking my watch off. There are worse
shows than this.
I'm taking my watch off for this because...
Oh, he's getting serious, guys.
All right. Season 1. Suzaku is all for justice. He's doing everything by the books. He is a straight edge. And that already immediately just rubs me the wrong way. He's basically a jerk off to the fucking government who has to do everything right regardless of what the payoff is. And I think that's completely stupid.
He's got morals. He's trying to get up through the ranks respectfully and lawfully.
And that's naive, stupid,
And that's what Lelouch
wrong
says.
in so many things. Exactly. And I completely agree with Lelouch. It's stupid to think that you could pull that shit off by yourself. That's the other thing. He's trying to do everything by himself. You can't, in life, you can't do everything by yourself. You need help. You need a team. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care what you're trying to do. You need someone else. Teamwork makes the dream work. So already, he's not even approaching the situation in the best way possible. He's just being stupid. He's basically being a little kid thinking that he can do everything by himself and he can do it the right way. That's not how life works. It's completely wrong.
And his character develops over time, and you realize the way he feels like that is because he was so scared and killed his own father to end the conflict. And now he has to live with that, and he's trying to repent his sins? Is that the right word to say?
Repent probably makes sense, but that's stupid if he's trying to do it that way. If anything, you got blood on your hands, I might as well go all the way. Once you have blood, there's no getting that off.
But he realizes that later on.
And that's what annoys me the most.
It's character development.
No, it's abandoning all your morals for the easy way out. So not only did he it negates everything he did in the first season. He did everything by the book to ultimately be like, you know what? Maybe not doing it by the book. It's like, no, now that you've done it by the book, you got to live and die by that shit.
What are you talking about? The first season, he does it by the book, and Lelouch is the one that fucks it over, and the person that he saw himself with for the rest of his life gets killed by someone that's not taking it by the books.
Correct.
And then now he's high fucking ranks.
Yes.
In season 2.
I'm pretty sure there was.
No, he does make it up.
Yes.
Because of Lelouch being 0.
Yes.
He actually builds himself up. He did get lucky.
But
that's the whole point of a show. You don't focus on characters who are just your everyday Joe, like you're saying in ReZero. What?
Can I pause the recording?
Sure.
All right.
He did get lucky, but the whole thing is every show that you watch, the main characters are the ones who always conveniently make out what their plans are, or you get what I'm saying, right?
Yes. Okay, I guess the thing that actually pissed me off about him is the fact that I agree with Lelouch, and because Lelouch is the
main character.
No, what's the word? The foil. Like, they're foils to each other. Meaning one is doing it one way and the other one is doing it the complete opposite way. The thing that pisses me off is the fact that Lelouch is trying to do the same thing. He's put in a position where he's able to finally get his goal, which is the same as fucking Suzaku's, and then last minute he's like, no, you're doing it the wrong way, so I can't accept this. So it's like, what the fuck are you on about? We're at the same point. Just accept it so that the bloodshed that was taken has some meaning.
So
if you undermine it. Yeah?
You just got annoyed that he gets in Lelouch's way and creates the conflict of the show. That's the conflict of the show.
Yes, it's him. It's like, dude, you want the same thing. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, he's written to be the person that's in the way of Lelouch. And it sucks because they're friends and they're living this double lifestyle. If he doesn't know that he works,
yes,
and then Suzaku doesn't know Lelouch is 0, so they're cool with each other during normal time, and then when they're actually working and doing serious shit, they're fighting each other, and they don't realize that till later. And then at the end, when he actually figures out he's 0, that's when he says, fuck my morals completely. I don't care. Like, he doesn't say completely fuck his morals, but he says, fuck my friend. Like, I'm sorry. You're a piece of shit in my eyes. And I appreciate that.
I think that's bullshit.
Just because he gets in the way of Lelouch.
I guess I just don't morally agree with Suzaku, and as a result, I don't like him for what he stands for.
That doesn't mean he's a bad character.
No, okay, okay, you're right. I just don't like what he stands for.
He's got good character development. And I like him because he really fucking stands his ground and says, well, you can't be my fucking friend because of all the things you've done to me. Now, there's some serious shit in the past that's happened that he might not be able to let go of.
Correct.
But the overall idea is that, his friend is fucking 0 and he's really hard for him to get over, but he fucking puts his foot down and gets super serious about it in season 2, and then he becomes a complete badass in season 2. He's a little annoying in season 1, I admit it.
He's super annoying in season 1.
But he gets so much better in season 2. And then there's the great resolve when they set up Zero Requiem, which is super fucking cool in my opinion. I really like the way they go about that.
I mean, it was It was I, but I just don't like what he stands for. If you put me and him on a spectrum, we're on opposite sides. And that's just what it boils down to. I guess that's fair. Him as a character and what he is supposed to accomplish makes sense. It's there for the story. I just personally don't agree with him morally. I wouldn't take the same approach he would. I would take a completely different one.
You would take the Lelouch approach.
No, I would find the middle ground where it's like, yeah, I would sneak my way through the government. So it's I would either do things, I would start the same way that Suzaku started it and then use Lelouch's methods and implement those on my journey.
Okay, so then let me pose this question.
All right.
Do you think it was morally okay for Lelouch to... Well, I guess you could even boil it down to, is it okay to create conflict if you know it'll result in peace? Because what you're saying right now makes it sound like, I don't like the way Suzaku was going about it, which was the peaceful route.
Right.
I totally get behind Lelouch. I think in the end, because of the way the world fucking is, you do need to get into conflict to get peace. There's no way of truly getting peace by being completely peaceful the whole time.
I don't know if I agree with that either. I feel like there's definitely a way. There's definitely a way to get things done. I don't necessarily think, especially in this world, that it has to come through war. I feel like you could play the intellectual game and play through the government as long as you are smart about it. I feel like you don't have to have like innocent people die in order for you to like reach a resolution.
There's always going to be bad apples, okay? Maybe I could be completely wrong, and this is a fucking super edgy comment, but I'm sorry. You just kind of have to get rid of any bad apple. Like, you're always going to have people who are greedy. You're always going to have people who want power. You're always going to have people who don't give a shit about anyone else. And
Correct.
You can never really go the peaceful route because it's super easy to lie and manipulate.
Naturally.
So the only way to really get rid of the problem is to fucking get rid of it. And by that, it's just like...
Yeah, but I don't think you have to kill someone to get rid of them. Like, you can minimize their power to the point where it's not effective. But I don't think you have to completely kill someone and be like, you know what, death to your fucking neck.
What, put them in jail for the rest of their life?
Why not? Why do we have to kill them?
Because it completely eliminates the problem.
Yeah, but so does putting them in jail.
Like, okay, I guess if you had like an infestation of some sort of like insect in your house, would you just capture all of them and then throw them outside? Or would you just fucking kill all of them?
I mean, that's different. We're not fucking insects.
Well, the thing, there's just, if you want peace, if you needed war and you could get peace from it, I think it's totally worth it.
I mean, to a degree, I kind of guess, but Lelouch treats people like actual pawns. Like, he doesn't give each life and each person that's fighting for him a sense of purpose or a sense of value.
What are you talking about?
Unless he is the person specifically tied to him. For example, C2, Colin, those are people he clearly doesn't want to die. But if he doesn't know what the fuck your name is, he'll throw you aside like a fucking bait in 2 seconds. And I don't agree with that.
He never put anyone out to purposely die. He was always being strategical, and that's how it is in war. There's always going to be people that die. Okay? He knows that. And certain people are more important than others. That's the reality of it.
No,
you wouldn't put your president on the front lines into war. Your president's going to be one that's working with military generals and other officers
Correct.
to tell the people who have dedicated and said, I'm going to fight for the cause because that's what I truly believe in. Those people are the ones that go out. All the people who are behind him, they're like, let's liberate and create Japan. No one there was forced against their will. He even said it. He's like, I'm not forcing anyone to be here.
That's true, but
he
then
had
you
alternate motives.
Absolutely.
Because all he wanted to do was save Nonali, and he wanted the world to be a better place because he said, I fucking hate Britannia.
Yeah, but using that logic, he was willing to throw anyone aside. He was willing to throw away hundreds, if not thousands, of people if it meant he could save Nonali. Is that true or false?
Yeah, that's what he cared about.
Exactly, and I don't agree with that. Like, I don't think that in this particular case, his means justified or what the fuck's the saying?
Means justify the ends, I think.
Yeah, like his means didn't justify the ends. Like, there's
I'm
no reason.
waiting for that to completely be wrong. I'll be like,
be like,
fuck.
shit, yeah. No, but I don't know. I feel like there was a better way that this could have gone down. Obviously, that was never gonna happen.
Well, of course, because not everything went to his plan.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I think there was a better way to go with this. I don't think mass murder's the way to go.
I mean,
I don't think killing
it's a solution.
Billions, I don't think it's the optimal solution.
I think it might not be the optimal solution in the way of you might take so much time to figure out what the optimal solution is, but it's a very easy solution and it's a quicker solution, maybe. I'd say for the most part it probably is because politics is fucking awful.
They are, I agree.
But the whole idea is, dude, the world we live in is fucked, okay? I don't know what to tell you, but I would definitely choose if we had to. You go to war. You get rid of just anyone in your way that's a problem and is causing any bit of like anything disturbing peace. Just get rid of it. Just completely. It's a pretty fucked up and extreme mindset, but you have to think about it. It works, right? You're getting rid of everyone. Now, you live in fear. People live in fear.
Absolutely. The quality of life is completely negated, and you live in complete fear. On top of that, you're in a constant state of war, so you'd never like.
Well, why don't people just stop being
know.
pieces of shit? Why do people have to be pieces of shit? Why can't they just live normal
because
lives?
It's not even being a piece of shit. It's all perspective. If you're on the side that thinks that they're doing what's morally right versus someone else who thinks the exact same thing, then who's to say you're not in the wrong and you're the one being a piece of shit?
Well, history's written by the victor. So.
Exactly. And so that's why, like, history itself, in a very odd way, is subjective. It's like, depending on from whose perspective, like, you could be the biggest piece of shit, but because you won, you're the victor.
Well, what did you see was happening? Britannia was taking over Japan. He fucking said, fuck the Japanese people. They are lower than us. And all the Britannians were like, fuck you, Japanese people. They're kicking them on the side of the street. They're making fun of them. They're practically killing them.
No, and that is obviously
Extreme
incorrect.
Racism.
Absolutely.
And Lelouch says, fuck you, I'm fighting back because you are the cancer of this world. You need to be disposed of.
Yeah, but you don't like there's a new generation coming along. The better way to go about that is to re-educate them. I don't think you have to completely start killing everyone off. Like, let them see, like, hey, what you're doing is wrong.
I'm not
just completely murdering them.
I'm not saying in real life we should kill anyone that disagrees with my opinions or where I'm from's opinion. Like, I'm not actually saying that. I'm just saying, like, in a universe like this, it's totally worth it. I think it's not a bad option.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's also an interesting option in terms of watching. Because a lot of people would like to know what would happen if something like that occurred. It's
we were trying to get taken over?
Well, no, it's just like the idea of if
we were like the lowest of the low in terms of common denominator, and then people were trying to take us over.
I just find the entire premise of the show really interesting. They're the underdog. This country is completely taking over the world, and they're fighting back, and it will result in peace. It's just because there's these bad apples like Charles, and then
right.
when we see in the movie this fucking bitch who I don't know wants to reset the world and be the first human alive so she can reconstruct it in her own eyes. So pretty much similar to what Charles is doing.
I was about to say there's a lot of parallels to their plans. Now at what point do you think is too much, like, is there too much bloodshed at any point?
I mean, like you were saying before, it's like, well, you've already stained your hands, you might as well just accept it and move on. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I stained my hands once, like you're saying with Suzaku. He stained his hands, like he might as well go along with what Lelouch was saying instead of trying to be like, oh, I've got morals.
Right, but nevertheless, do you think, like, is there a difference between, like, if you've killed 1 million people At that point, are you like, you know what? Let's just call it quits. Let's stop the bloodshed, or do you think let's keep going to 2 mil?
Is it
or
because
3
the
mil?
fight's still going on, or?
Yeah, like you haven't attained victory at 1 million 1 million deaths.
I'm surprised because
you
you're
keep
the
going?
person that's like you just keep.
I'm just
keep
playing
fighting.
devil's advocate for you right now.
Well, I mean, but you agree with me. Like you just keep fighting until you go down. I guess. Like at that.
Well,
at
that's
that
just
point,
because I'm a stubborn fuck.
At that point, you're at the
would-
point. You're at the point of no return usually. So it's like you have to live with your decisions, which is like one of those things that you kind of overall get from this show is that you just have to live with the decisions you've made, and you have to like be prepared to not be prepared. You never know what's going to happen.
That's true. I guess that's fair, but I don't know if you look at this. Like a great parallel to this is if you go to a carnival game. And all you have to do, like, it's a cheap carnival game where you're going to get scammed. All you have to do is get, like, a ball in a bucket. The guy says it's only $1. And you're like, okay, it's only $1. Or all you have to do is get 5 balls in the bucket. He shows you how to do it. You get the first 2. And then you pay another $1. So now you're $2 in. And then you play again. Now you're 3. Now you're 4. Now you're 5. Now you're 6. Now you're 7. Now you're 8. Now you're 9. And you're not any closer than where you started. Now you're at 10. Now you're 11.
Now
you're
you
at
feel
12.
invested in it.
Now
It's
you
like,
feel
now
invested.
I have to finish.
At what point do you think, when do I stop?
It's a psychological. That's definitely like a psychological thing that I see a lot with people who invest money in a lot of gambling. Usually,
Absolutely.
that the fact that you've put so much money into it, so now if you were to stop, it feels like I wasted, and you're like, I'm close.
Exactly.
Um,
Same thing with war in a sense.
yeah, I could say that. I guess just the like death and human lives and the reconstruction of society as we know it is a pretty big thing. So I'd say if you're really wanting to change that, you're going to have more influence to want to continue than if, I dropped like $100 and I'd be mad if I didn't get it back because I couldn't win at gambling. Like, it sucks when that happens, right? Maybe you're really bad and you have a gambling addiction and you wasted your whole life savings and you didn't get your money back. That's a fucked situation.
Correct.
Right? But it's not really harming anyone but yourself. In the other situation where you're fighting for something and other people are on the line for it, I feel like it's one of those things where you just kind of like have to push through. That's like,
yeah, but the pay is greater as well because you're right. In one situation, you're paying money and it's your money. But in another situation, you're paying with other people's lives. Like, it's not your life. Other people are trusting that you get this done. At what point do you realize, hey, like, I can't?
when you're losing. I mean, that's how war's been since the dawn of time. When they
what happens
feel
when you're
they
at a
feel
stalemate,
defeated.
though?
I mean, when you're at a stalemate, you got to figure something out. I mean, if you feel like giving up at a stalemate, I feel that's kind of dumb. You give up when you realize you are completely fucked over. You're not going to win. Then you
No, I feel like that in itself doesn't make sense because think about it. If you're at a stalemate, you've reached the point where you've minimized the deaths. So let's put numbers on this.
But then you lose, and then all that was for nothing.
Say 50,000 people have died and you reach a stalemate. And then you're like, fuck it, I'm going to push using your logic. I'm going to push. Another 20,000 people die. You're still at a stalemate.
I mean, I'm
So
no
20
war general.
No,
bro.
I understand,
don't
but
know.
this is a philosophical thing. So 20 people have died now. You then continue fighting, another 50,000 people die. So a total of 70,000 people die. Now you're losing. You could have saved 50,000 people had you called it on the stalemate. But you didn't. You decided to keep pushing in thoughts that you were going to win. Now 70,000 people have died. You've killed 70,000 people.
I'm going to cut you off right now. All I have to say two things.
All right.
Hindsight 2020.
That's fair.
And my head hurts. Let's move on to a different question. Fuck that. Yeah, we were also talking about that for a while.
No, yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't want to drag it on too much, but just like some interesting questions, I guess.
Yeah, food for thought.
It's just like that's a fucking rabbit hole we could go down and sift through for hours. So
absolutely.
But yeah, let's see what else is interesting about the. I mean,
we could end it.
How far are we into it right now?
45 minutes.
That's
it's been
not
a
bad.
good episode.
It's been good. It's been good discussion. Trying to think of anything else that we might have talked about that we totally drifted away from that we didn't get back to.
I genuinely feel like we hit a lot of the points that we were like aiming for.
Well, I think now I guess I'll just give my rating of the movie.
Oh, yeah, let's go into ratings. All right, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Ratings.
What the? That was fucking terrible.
I thought it was funny.
I could have just added in a fucking noise clip.
But my voice is the voice clip. It is the musical instrument that will take us to victory. Aaron's voice.
Are we doing an ASMR channel?
Yes, we are.
Hello, this is ASMR Code Geass review.
Here's some.
Stop!
What do you mean? That's what ASMR does.
Oh God.
Anyways,
Jesus.
all right. So, Adam, what do you think? How shitty do you think this movie was?
This movie was. Let's see. I give the show a 9.3. I haven't seen that many movies, but I think this is a pretty good movie.
All right.
And giving something a 10 is, you don't give things 10s, okay?
Correct.
I'd say a 9.5 is practically a 10. But in this case, I'll give this movie a 9. I think a 9 is a pretty good.
Oh damn! It went up.
Pretty good. I think it's a 9.
All right. Yeah, I don't think this was that good. I think the show definitely peaked just because you were allowed to give, like, to set things up, which plays to it. This type of show / movie strengths. Movie, you can't do that because you're restricted on time. I would give Code Geass. I would give the show. There's no way that's okay. Yeah, I give the show a 7.8. I give the movie like a 7.5.
Well, you're wrong. So it was a nostalgia boner the whole time, and
I was flaccid as
if you're
could
gonna
be.
fucking sit there in the comments and tell me, "Oh, it was a fucking bad movie, bro," I don't give a shit, dude.
Adam,
What?
no one's listening.
Facts. No one's listening.
No one's listening.
Well, to the no one listening out there,
except John. You're a real one.
Hey, John's the real one out here. He
Yep.
out here. Well, to John, don't forget to like, favorite,
Yeah, John, throw us a like real quick.
share it on.
We're gonna try to get this
Instagram,
out to
share it on
Spotify
Twitter
and
stuff.
iTunes.
I thought you had to pay for some of that stuff.
I feel like you don't. We'll look into it.
no,
be
iTunes,
determined.
iTunes you have to pay for.
All
Spotify.
right, Spotify will be Gucci,
But other than that, thanks for getting this far if you did.
which you didn't.
Jesus Christ. I'm just reiterating
Oh
here,
gosh,
guys.
Adam, hurry up.
Oh, hurry up.
Yeah.
Are we just going to end it right here? Just a hard cut right here?
Bye.
Before I finish the end of my sentence?